So this video is a little bit different because today I'm reviewing some fragrances that were gifted to me by one of my followers, Douglas Lafreniere. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And I have a wonderful array of fragrances now that most of which I have not had the pleasure of trying yet. So I have some exploring to do. This video specifically is Terre D'Hermes, not the original Terre D'Hermes, but instead the Eau Givree, which means frozen water in French. And from what I've heard, this fragrance is delightful. It's a men's fragrance. This is an eau de parfum, so it's naturally stronger and all that. And it's a relatively modern fragrance from obviously the French Hermes brand. And it came out in 2022, so it's very modern. And it's primarily a very citrusy, fresh, it's called frozen water, so you can get an idea that that's a very lovely, crisp, refreshing sort of scent. And I have the list of notes here, but I'll put some on my wrist and then see, which notes kind of stand out. So, okay, so immediately a burst of citrus with juniper. So the notes here are actually very minimal. There's citron, citrus in the top notes. Middle notes are juniper berries and a spice called timur. And then the base notes are woody notes and some mineral notes. I've tried this fragrance once before just to see what it was like, and immediately I fell in love with the juniper note. It reminds me of where I grew up. There used to be a bunch of juniper trees lining the front lawn, and if you've ever, had the chance to kind of break open a juniper leaf, it smells identical, in my opinion, to this fragrance. Very green, slightly woodsy, sharp, refreshing, with just a tinge of natural sweetness, and it's very, very pleasant, and very realistic to what juniper really smells like. The citrus note, I like that it's not too overpowering, because some fragrances are very citrus forward, and that's all you really smell, but this is much more delicate. Really, the strongest note here is the juniper berries, which, just for the juniper, I think this is one of my new favorite fragrances. It's so true to reality, true to what juniper trees smell like. And I also like the mineral notes, because I think that kind of gives it this sort of kind of cold, hard sort of aura, I suppose. And that really makes it clean and refreshing and very unique. So it's like as if it's winter, there's snow on the ground, there's surrounded by juniper trees, that sort of thing. Very pleasant. And the longevity, I would say, most people agree that this is a moderate longevity sort of fragrance, which is to be expected because some notes like citron and things like that don't usually last too long, but it's still a very good moderate fragrance. I would say 6-ish hours, maybe 7. But just the quality of this scent, I think, is worth it. I've only tried one other scent from Hermes, which was called this one, Voyage d'Hermes. This is kind of a similar fragrance in that it has some very fresh, kind of a little bit aquatic, citrusy notes. My main qualm with that one is that it's kind of weak. It's very refreshing, but kind of weak, and it's mostly just a very simple citrus scent. This, the Terre D'Hermes, this is great. This is something I can imagine that you could wear all year round. It's perfect, especially for warmer months, like, summer, spring, because it's so refreshing. Even if you're drenched in sweat, this is still gonna make you feel refreshed and clean and just nice, light. But because, juniper is this kind of year-round smell, it also pairs really nicely with winter and autumn, because it naturally embodies those colder months. So this is a great year-round scent. Super crisp. Basilage, I would also say, is pretty moderate. It's not one of those scents that are going to fill up the room, but it's definitely noticeable in your immediate vicinity. So, if you want people to pay attention and notice whatever scent you're wearing, this is a good option for that. And also Hermes is a very high quality French brand. So pretty much any fragrance from that brand is gonna, finely crafted, it's gonna do a good job of doing what it's supposed to do. Now, I have not tried the original Terre D'Hermes. I know there's some variations of this fragrance, but this one alone has already impressed me. It's I'll probably start wearing it much more often, and it's also a very inoffensive fragrance. There's no notes that I could think of that people would immediately dislike, because, like I said, the strongest note here is the juniper, and juniper is a very kind of mild, natural, agreeable scent. So I would have a hard time believing that anyone could dislike this scent, because it is very natural and very just nice and pleasing. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Terre D'Hermes Eau Givree. Very delightful scent. And, as it warms up on your skin, those woodsy notes kind of come out more. Becomes an overall slightly warmer scent. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Thank you to Douglas Lafrère. I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Thank you for sending these. I'll definitely be reviewing some of these other samples in videos very soon. That's all I have to say about Terre D'Hermes. If any of you have opinions about this fragrance, you can leave those down in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.